I don't know if I should do like cool hand stuff to start videos. I forgot about this shirt that I had this shirt, and I just realized because I'm looking at myself, it's got a camera on a bird, because you know birds aren't real, they're just surveillance cameras in the sky. But y'all not ready for that. You're not ready for the truth. Stay woke. Keep your third eye open. Yo guys, what's up? I'm Muhammad Floyd, and I'm a skateboard filmmaker and photographer out of New York City. And this video is a continuation of this like series thing I'm doing where I'm talking about my gear before I get into the kind of like tips and tricks on how I use that gear. So in this video, I'm talking about what's in my photographer's bag specifically. But yeah, before I get into this video, let me talk about my board in the back. This board is a really sweet board that I'll never skate and will forever keep in my board collection. One of my good friends, I did some graphic design work for him, and instead of giving me money, he bought me a board, which is really, really sweet. When I did have hair at one point, I had an afro and had afro pics all the time. So my boy got me this Jamal Williams Pro board from Hops. Yeah, really sweet. Really love it, and that's all pretty much I can say. To start things off, this is my camera bag. Nah, it's like that. This is just my cat. That was funnier than I thought it was gonna be. So this is my camera bag. This is a Decline. I don't even remember the name off the top of my head, honestly. Definitely gonna link it in the description below and all that jazz. It's on my kit.co website or whatever that has all my gear. But this bag I've had for like almost 7 years now, which is crazy. And this thing has held broadcast cameras, cinema cameras, photo, video, lighting, all that works, and it's still held up. It's breaking down little by little, but this thing is still lasting and still strong. So this is what I have in my photo bag when I'm taking skate photos. So yeah, let's start off with the camera. And yeah, I'm rocking with a DSLR in 2020, a crop APS-C camera at that. But this thing is great, the Canon 7D Mark II. This thing is great for sports and honestly handles anything you throw at it, even outside of sports. It does 10 frames per second, which is really sweet. Has a silent mode, not as quiet as the electronic stuff, but this thing is still really great. Autofocus is really fast, has 2 SD card slots, great battery life, and like I said earlier, it's built like a tank. I've had skateboards fly into this, crash into this thing, and this thing has gone beaten up, dropped, and it's still living till this day. Let's get into the lenses. Let's start from the wide to the tightest. This is the 8mm Rokinon one. It was like $300 or something or whatever, but yeah, this lens is pretty sweet. It's nothing anything special about it, honestly. It's a fisheye, it's wide. Just in case if you don't know, fisheye lenses are really important in action or skateboarding, because it captures the skater, the obstacle, and then everything around them. So you can get super close to them while still getting the whole scene in the picture. And then the fisheye does like this cool distortion thing where it makes the skate spot larger than life. It makes the skater look larger than life. So yeah, if you want to like exaggerated shots, fisheye for your action shots, super duper needed. Yeah, nothing else special about this lens. Then on to my wide non distortion lens I use for photography, the Sigma 18-35 f1.8. This lens is really sweet. It's my all-arounder. Sometimes I'll actually forget my fisheye at home, so this will be the next best thing. At 18mm, it's wide enough to do a lot of things. I usually don't zoom in other than that, but yeah, this lens is pretty sweet. Oh, and it's got a low light, f1.8. But when I'm trying to get that compressed look, if the background is like kind of ugly, I want it to be blurred out, and I'm trying to have it look more true to life, then a telephoto is what I pull out the bag. This is a Tamron 70-200. This lens has taken some of my favorite shots ever. And then when I'm trying to light up the spot and the homie on the board, which I usually do all the time, try to give it that extra pop, I use flashes. So I use the Godox system. I buy them from Adorama, as I do all my equipment, or most of it, and it's rebranded under the Flashpoint brand. But yeah, so this is the Godox, or I think it's pronounced Godox, also Flashpoint if you buy it from Adorama. But yeah, these are the Evolve 200s or 8200s if you buy them under Godox. Yeah, these things are really sweet, where you can put them together into one flash if needed, and then you can separate them into their own little flashes. These things literally fit in your pocket if needed. They're more powerful than speed lights. These things are really powerful. The battery lasts forever, for real. I honestly don't remember the last time I charged them, and I use them a few times a week, honestly. These things are great. And then in order to trigger those things, I use a radio trigger. Now a radio trigger just talks to the flash and controls it, tells it when to flash and whatnot. This master trigger, I can control all my settings and all that stuff, and it goes right on top of my Canon camera. Next on the list is support. You gotta support those flashes. So I use Flashpoint nano stands. They make two versions. There's a 5-foot and 8-foot version. Honestly, get the 8-foot version. It takes up the same amount of space as the 5-foot version, so there's no really compromise except for maybe a few extra dollars. Yeah, this thing is great. At 8 foot, it's tall enough for whatever spot I'm shooting at. This thing fits on the side of my bag, where like literally a bottle could fit in. This is where it goes in my bag. This is really sweet and tall enough. And then I have like 2 of those things, but if I'm trying to like cut down on my weight, I use a Kupo folding mini stand. This thing is really small. It's basically half the height in this than my other light stand. Yeah, that's pretty much it of what's in my photography camera bag when I'm taking skate photos in the city or whatever. Oh yeah, remember, stack clips and stack photos with the homies and chill.